San Diego's women's professional volleyball team ready to make waves.
Vegas with the day.
San Diego Mojo having their highly anticipated home opening at PA House Arena.
Welcome to Viejas Arena here in San Diego, California. You're watching the Mojo here on KUSI and YouTube. They welcome in Orlando, 11-6 on the season. San Diego 6-11. Orlando is led by head coach Amy Pauley in her second season and carrying a 19-22 record. Taiba Hanif Park in her second season, the head coach for San Diego. The Mojo wearing the green tonight. We'll start with Orlando, Lori. Tanner Collins, Lori Thomas with you here tonight. Lori, Brittany Abercrombie, top player in the league, just does it all for Orlando.
She is playing amazing. She's in her 7th year of pro volleyball. She's first in kills with 4.5% in the league, takes over 40 swings per match, 9th in the league with hitting percentage of .296. She is going to get the ball.
These two teams last met up on March 13th, where San Diego took that one 3-2. Abercrombie in that match rallied up 18 kills and 9 digs. On the other side, San Diego, they've played 10 sets in their last 2 matches, the first 2 matches to go to a 5th set on the season. That being said, they're coming off a 3-2 loss at Atlanta, but shining was Maya Tabron, a career-high 20 kills.
She just finished her collegiate career, and so she is finding her groove here at the pro level. Her best 2 matches by far recently, 15 kills hitting a .256 the last time they played Orlando, and 20 kills hit a .255 against Atlanta. Combined 5 blocks, 2 aces. She has really stepped up to the plate.
Starters for Orlando: Shampoo, Courtney Schwam, Brittany Abercrombie, Lindsay Vander Wyde, Kaz Brown, and Natalie Foster, the starting lineup for Orlando in match number 18 on the season. And for San Diego, Raynell Jones, Veronica Stone, Kendra Dalkey, Dai-Young Lee, Maya Tabron, and Lauren Page, the starting lineup tonight for San Diego. There's Taiba Hanif Park. Spoke with her yesterday. She's excited for this one tonight versus the Valkyries as the 2 teams meet in the middle.
Well, and another congratulations to Coach Hanif Park. She's been selected for the induction into the USA Volleyball Hall of Fame. The organization announced just March 11th. She will join 5 other athletes that will be honored with the all-time Great Athlete Award.
Orlando has dropped their last 2 matches, a 5-setter to San Diego, and then 3-1 loss at home versus Omaha, and they now begin a 2-game road trip here tonight out west. Then they'll go back east and face Atlanta on the 21st. San Diego in the green and blue, Valkyries in the blue and navy, we'll call it. We're about to get underway here from Viejas Arena. San Diego working left to right, and Orlando working right to left here in set 1.
I am loving the Shamrock jerseys that Mojo is wearing tonight. Maybe it'll bring them some extra luck on the match.
And we're underway. Maya Tabron back to serve, gets an early dig. And the first swing for Kendra Dahlke. It's tracked down by the Valkyries. Nice save by Venegas. Free ball for Orlando. And that one put down. Valkyries open up the scoring with Lindsay Vanderweide picking up her first kill in set 1.
Lindsay played at Oregon and played for Mojo last year.
Joust at the net, and it's won by Dayoung Lee. And San Diego opens up the scoring. How about that play from Lee?
Take a look with the solo block on the overpass. Dayoung Lee is so fun to watch. She's always has a smile on her face and just plays with a great spirit.
Nice defensive work by Lauren Page. Valkyries, the #1 team in the PVF in kills per set, just north of 14. It's gonna be important for San Diego to be strong defensively. That one misses long. San Diego with their first lead early on.
It was a nail biter the last time they played, which was only 6 days ago. Went to a 5th set, 15-17, with Mojo taking it.
Another heads-up play early on from number 19 in green.
Dayoung Lee, she is so smart. Look at her push this with her right hand all the way back line corner for the kill.
Quick set, put down. Natalie Foster, 6'4" middle blocker out of SMU. Played alongside Maya Tabron in college.
Yeah, so she just finished her college career. Spent 3 years at Wichita State before going to SMU.
Lee will go over to Dahlke, and she picks up her first kill. And in that 5-set win back on March 13th, Dahlke had a phenomenal performance. 20 kills, 59 attacks. She also had 15 digs as she continues to rack up the double-doubles. That one gets past the defense. First kill tonight for Courtney Schwann.
Courtney Schwann, an outside hitter, 6'2", in her 7th year in the pros. Had a season-high 12 kills against Mojo on the 13th.
So you got the #1 team in kills per set, Orlando. On the other side, San Diego is #1 in digs per set, just north of 17. You got a team that has high flyers across the board. You got a team in San Diego is going to rely on their defense. But they can hit too. Well, they're saying the point will continue.
I was faked out by that, Tanner. I thought the ball was down. It was not. You got to play until you hear the whistle. I heard that from my coach, and as a coach, I did it all the time. Play until you hear the whistle.
Raynell Jones in the middle there for San Diego. There's Brittany Abercrombie. Talked about her in the Open. 7-year pro out of USC. The overpass, an easy point for the Valkyries. That was Shampoo at the net.
Shampoo Goodpard. She is 7th in assists in a season, which is 672. She is incredibly smart and very, very fast. Kill by Kendra Dahlke. You don't see her with the off speed or tip very often because she just takes big swings all the time. So what a great changeup for her. Not something that a team typically sees from her.
Orlando back up to 7-5. Thanks to those tuning in tonight on KUSI along with YouTube. Here in the opening set. Tanner Collins, Lori Thomas. Nice pancake dig there by the Valkyries. Abercrombie pushing it over to San Diego. Tabron missing long, no touch, and the largest lead for the Valkyries here in set one.
Mojo held Orlando to a 170 hitting efficiency and recorded 11 blocks. So they played well. And right now they're starting off great tonight. Maya Tabron with the kill.
Coming off a season best 20 kills in the 3-2 loss at Atlanta. Happy with the stats, not happy with the result. Got to start somewhere though, and in her rookie season coming off, like you said, that 6-month college season. It's not easy rolling straight into a professional season.
Well, and it's so interesting, especially in this league. You can change up really player by player. They both have deep benches. You've got to almost provide a different look because teams are scouting, team knows your tendencies, so it's really good to be able to have that depth on your bench.
That one bouncing off Dalkey out of play. It's back to a 3-point lead here in set one for Orlando.
Vander Weide, boy, she has such a fast arm swing. You can see it, look at a replay, look at her when she swings, she's difficult to block.
Back row attack, Kendra Dalkey, her second kill in set one.
Mojo does a nice job of using the back row attack quite regularly, which you just want it part of your arsenal of having your 3 front row players, a back row player, so they need to use that more often.
The lefty Abercrombie missing, brings San Diego back within one. Orlando is 8th in the PVF in blocks per set, so it's one part of the game that San Diego has to take advantage of. There's a quick set and a quick point for the Valkyries. Kaz Brown with her first kill. Natalie Foster, that is. Back to a 2-point lead. That one passed. Veronica Stone on the slide.
Her specialty, Veronica Stone running the slide. She does this so well. It is so crafty, and love that Dayang Lee puts it on the line for her to take that straight down.
Blocked down, Dayang Lee. A strong start up front. We're tied at 11.
This is exactly what Mojo needs to do. When we talked to Coach Taiba, she said when they played them 6 days ago, they showed so much grit, so scrappy. They played so clean. And one of the things they're going to have to look for tonight is make sure that they have a high rate of efficiency during transition.
Strong serve and the first service ace in the match.
And no surprise that Natalie Foster got that ace. She is first in the league in service aces with 38. That made 39.
Lita Jones. What a kick save by Orlando. San Diego's going to challenge.
Yeah, so San Diego's, I think I would too. They're going to challenge that the ball touched the floor, which you will take a look at. And you be the judge and see what you think. And when you're looking at this, no part of the ball can touch the floor. You've heard this if you've been tuning into PVF. Looks like point goes to Mojo. A part of the ball did touch the floor. We didn't get to see it, but she gets to keep that challenge, 2 per set.
That brings the deficit back to 1. Abercrombie, pass lead.
What a great swing. Lefty on the opposite side. One thing that she does is she brings a lot of consistency in that position, which on the right side you need.
It's got to be a different angle for the defenders for San Diego coming from that left side as well. And not a ton of lefties you see out there on the floor. That one blocked down, but it's out of play, and San Diego wins the point.
San Diego playing great defense, which just allows Dayong Lee to be able to set wherever she wants.
That's something San Diego has done well all season. They've been strong defensively, and that one falls in front of Jones.
Courtney Schwann, outside hitter, 6'2", 7th year in pros, played at Washington.
Lita Jones, a powerful swing. Rocking a different hairdo tonight as well as Raynell Jones.
What a great swing. That was the gap set, which she definitely found the gap. Straight down.
(16-14), a 2-point lead for Orlando here in set 1. We'll be right back on YouTube and KUSI. Tanner Collins, Lori Thomas. Orlando leads by 2 in the opening set. That one just misses. The second service there from the Valkyries in set 1. There's Abercrombie.
Abercrombie.
Bouncing it off the block.
Yep, and she just ran a little bit out of that back row. It was off set, off pass. Great pickup in the back row.
Tabron down the line for San Diego. And the Mojo back within 1. So the Mojo are going to continue to target. It's Tabron's second kill in set 1.
I don't know if you just saw that replay, but you saw actually right side. Bring her hands down. So she actually wasn't blocking. Very unique. Want to make the hitter hit out. Amy Pauley talks a lot about Lindsay Vanderweide. Brings such a great spirit, fun player to be around. Teammates love to play with her. Touch on that block. Another slide attack kill.
Quick set. Kaz Brown in the middle. Now back to serve is Natalie Foster. Orlando leading by 2. How about the start for Dayoung Lee here in set 1, Lori?
She's so great. She is so quick. She's so smart. And if she gets a good pass, she's got 4 options.
What a save by the Mojo. Not quite over.
Yes, that was a 4 touch. Orlando's ball.
Gotta love the hustle by Lee, Tabron. Lauren Page just unable to get it over the tape. Third service error here in set 1. Brings the deficit back to 1.
Mojo coming out strong, hitting a 478. Great block.
Now Maya Tabron picking up her first block on the night. Tied at 20. It's been a back and forth opening set. Orlando has led almost all the way throughout. They'll quickly get back the lead.
There was a net on Mojo. Still tight here, 21-20.
Tabron trying for the cut shot.
And that ball was in. It was also touched. Taking a look here, very close. Great high swing from Maya Tabron.
Deep serve, the first service error from San Diego. Kayla Lund in for the Mojo. Kaz Brown back to serve. Stone off the tape. At that point will go to Orlando. Costly error there in the middle.
Shambu set Abercrombie a D. Huge swing, fast, great dig by Mojo.
San Diego will challenge a block touch on the previous point. appear to just deflect it off the tape, but we're not the ones making the call. The second challenge here in set one from Taiba Hanif Park. You find some shoes like those. Clean.
She's always dressed in style.
Got to, right? You're on TV.
Yeah. And not only that, she's 6'7". Unbelievable player for USA. Okay, take a look here. Was there a touch? It rolled off the net, and then looking for that touch. No block touch. Tight set one here. Kaz Brown, she's a great 6 rotation player.
Back row attack from Dalkey.
Great save by Dayong Lee.
Not a good pass. Tabron is there on the overpass. Big point for the Mojo. Back within one. And Abercrombie sets up set point number 1 for the Valkyries, trying to take the opening set on the road.
We mentioned this earlier. They will find her no matter what. Shampoo knows that she will deliver, and did that with the D set.
Shampoo with 15 assists in set 1. Veronica Stone gets it on the second time, and it's set point number 2 for the Valkyries. Orlando took the opening set back on March 13th. Then San Diego took set 2 and 3, and then took set 5. Abercrombie, set 1 complete, 25-23. And Orlando opens up 1-0. We'll be right back after this on KUSI and YouTube.
The following is rated M for Major League. For too long, lines have been drawn between us and them. But this is our house. In the air, you rival a slam dunk. On the floor, you react fast enough to hit a fastball. Every kill, every save, every ounce of sweat is a declaration saying we don't fit into anyone's box because we're too big for it. Major League Volleyball. Experience it now.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la,
Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
Welcome back inside Viejas Arena. Tanner Collins alongside former professional herself, Lori Thomas. Lori, San Diego hit 406 there in set one, but dropped it 25-23.
You know, if you look at statistics, they're pretty even. Mojo has 3 blocks to Orlando's 0. I think Mojo's blocking game is very, very strong right now. Just taking a look, both teams are pretty even, and I think that's what we just saw.
Orlando will be left to right in set 2, and we're underway. Tabron opens the scoring, back row attack. Picks up her 5th kill. She hit 300 in set 1. Tallied up 5 digs as well.
When I watched the last match, you know, they only really used Abercrombie out of the back row, but I think Dayoung Lee does a really nice job with the Mojo of really spreading that out. She will set that back row, and you just saw Maya Tabron and Kendra Dalkey. She uses that as part of her entire toolbox, and it works for them. Oh, they called that in. I thought that looked out, but we're going to look at bolt 6 here, and look at that.
Plenty of room to spare.
Great swing.
Dalkey looking for the touch. Doesn't get it. Tied at 2. That one just sailing wide. And the lefty Abercrombie back to serve. Quick set for Jones. Over to Schwann. Page still looking for her first kill. And a swing and a miss by Jones. And the Valkyries back up 1, their first lead in set 2.
Setter-hitter connection is key. Just a little bit off set. Also just a little bit early on that.
Only 2 service errors in the match so far for San Diego. That's now the 4th for Orlando. Back row attack. It's Abercrombie again.
Abercrombie with the D set, which is really on the line on that right side as she comes out of the back row. Finding great success tonight.
Game high 7 kills already. Another block. Courtney Schwamm taking that one for Orlando. There's Kaz Brown there in the middle as well.
And you just saw Kaz Brown, how excited she got. You know, Amy Pauley, coach, says she is all sorts of fire, energy, and really gets just excited.
Page blocked, but it's out of play. And Lauren Page picks up her second kill. Quick set for Brown. Back to a 2-point lead early on, set 2. Shampoo is just such a fun player to watch. She already has 18 assists here tonight.
She's in her 9th year of playing pro. From Thailand, she's played in South Korea, Romania, Indonesia, plus a few others. Another big swing by Maya Tabron, finding the gap in the block.
Veteran play.
Yep, and you know, you see both setters can do that, but that was definitely unexpected, as you saw no one be able to really react to that. Beautiful play.
That threw off everyone in the stands. How nonchalant it looked. She just makes it look easy as that one sails. Another service error from the Valkyries. There's Maya Tabron. She's been the spark offensively for the Mojo.
And there it is again. No surprise, Lindsay Vander Weyde with a kill. She has just a barrel of an arm, so fast, and could power that through that block.
Service errors starting to stack up for Orlando, but they still lead by 1. Veronica Stone back to serve.
Foster, she is, it's amazing to watch her as a middle, because not only is she fast, but she knows how to just turn to the right angle that she needs to pound that ball on the floor. That's the 6th service error for Orlando. Mojo has 3.
Orlando definitely a squad that going to serve aggressive. Dayoung Lee floats over a service ace and a flex as well. Haven't seen that this year.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen her in the times that you and I have been together to do that short serve. Very smart. Kind of putting Orlando a little bit on their heels. She just had her foot over the attack line. Have to keep that foot behind it before you take off.
Lauren Page, a nice swing down the line. Her second kill in 5 attacks.
Another thing Mojo is doing well right now, they're passing. That first pass gives Dayoung Lee everything she needs.
Orlando still hitting north of 370. Diving save by Shampoo.
Good rally going on here.
Schwam lands one in. after one of the longest rallies we've seen tonight. Orlando back up 1. Schwab has been all over the floor for Orlando. Just her 4th kill, but she does have 12 swings.
That was really smart. She is so crafty, and you actually saw Dayang Lee take off from right back, and she saw that.
Jones with the answer, and we're tied at 11. Her 3rd kill, and 6 attacks, hitting 500. Abercrombie shut down. A fist bump from Veronica Stone, and the Mojo back up 1.
Mojo with the big block. They had all 3 players come in, read that was going to Abercrombie in the back row.
Allie Foster again in the middle for Orlando.
She is 5th in the hitting efficiency with 340.
Strong swing, but no touch by the Mojo.
You saw Veronica and Diane Lee just kind of talk a little bit, just didn't make that connection on that gap set, a little bit low.
Abercrombie blocked again.
They are on fire, building the wall at the net.
Veronica Stone with her 2nd and as many points. A quick answer by Vander Wyde.
Vander Wyde played for Mojo last year.
Stone on the slide. Tough pass from Lee. They'll go to Stone for a 2nd time, and it's out of play. It's the 4th kill for Veronica, 8 attacks. San Diego back hitting over 300.
Lots of confidence in Veronica Stone.
Hebron going for the back row attack. That one sails long. And now San Diego with their largest lead in set 2. We'll be right back on KUSI and YouTube. Back here inside Viejas Arena, San Diego with their largest lead in the set, up 2.
I loved watching Shampoo make that set to Foster. You could see her head up, down, kind of looking around to know what was that best option. Had no problem going back to Foster for the kill. Good high swing from Kendra Dalkey.
San Diego back up 2. And a nice swing there by Courtney Schwam.
And what a great set by Shampoo. She was so fast, ran actually in front of the hitter, and then collapsed on the floor. She is just incredible. What a great set for Schwan.
And another service ace from the service ace machine. Natalie Foster, we're tied at 17. That's her second here tonight.
She has such a unique serve. You don't really it's hard to see, on TV, but it is a bullet and it just moves.
Back-to-back service aces from Natalie Foster. A sight to behold, and that's going to force San Diego to take a timeout. Trying to slow down the momentum from Foster.
And smart of Coach Taiba to take that timeout to try to just break her, give her a little bit of pause, but also for Kendra Dalkey to just kind of reset, because my guess is she's going to go after that side again, serve that right side. But now you definitely see why she is first in the league in service aces. Talking about just moving into, we're kind of just surpassed the first half of the season, and you start to look at the records and where everybody is. I have seen this. I watched it happen last year with the amount of talent these women have. It doesn't matter what their record is right now. It does not matter. I mean, yeah, you're going to go, okay, we've got Omaha at 12-4. You've got Orlando at 11-6, and they just beat Orlando. So know that it can change, and it comes down to wins, match wins, set wins, points. But anybody can go to the Final Four.
After back-to-back service aces, Kendra Dalkey ties set 2 up at 18. And a block that time by Abercrombie and Kaz Brown. That puts Orlando back up 1, already up a set.
Kaz Brown being 6'4", Abercrombie 6'3". That is a big block, and Kaz does a good job of closing.
Free ball for the Valkyries. Brown on the slide. Back to a 2-point lead for Orlando.
Both Kaz Brown and Ronica Stone do such a good job of running the slide attack behind the setter. So fast, big arm swing, and a big snap at the end.
Dalkey, a nice swing. Quick set for Brown, she's blocked. That was Tabron, we're tied at 20. Just where we were in set one at this point. Orlando took set one 25-23. Set one was also tied at 20. Service error from Dalkey, and Orlando back up one. Valkyries will make a quick change. I believe that was Grout in for Orlando. That cut shot is in. Lauren Page picks up the kill, her third. Dropping it in by a good margin. .21 apiece and a pivotal set two. Mishandled by the Mojo, and that puts the Valkyries back up one.
Kaz Brown just went through that front row. Big blocks all the way through.
Big swing from Page, and we're tied at 22.
That was a zone 2 to zone 2. What a great cut shot.
What a save by the Mojo. Free ball for Orlando. On for a third time, dug out by Page. There's Tabron.
Wow.
What a point by San Diego.
That was incredible defense. There were three huge, hard, you could even hear the ball off of the arms from Lindsay Vanderweide, and they took every one and finished with a kill.
Time out on the floor taken by Orlando. Now trailing by one here in set two. Mojo hitting 317 in the match.
That was some incredible defense played in that rally. So to go back, I'm talking about postseason and how teams get there. They have not announced where the championship will be, but the top 4 teams will go to the championship site, match for $1 million, and if you win a match in 3 or 4 sets, you get 3 points. If you win in 5 sets, you get 2 points. But this unique thing is if you lose in 5 sets, you get 1 point. So what this means is you have to fight. Every point matters, every play matters, and it could come down to something really, really close to sneak in to get, maybe that 3rd or 4th spot.
Macro attack from Abercrombie. We're tied at 23. Not take much time out of the timeout. 8th kill for Brittany Abercrombie. Set point on the line. That's what you had to do if you're Lee. A beautiful serve from Shampoo, and it's set point number 1 for Orlando. And that'll force San Diego into a timeout. Lori, what's the game plan? I mean, you got to make that play for Dai-Young Lee. That was a tremendous serve from Champu.
Well, and I think the ball was just so low that Dai-Young Lee kind of had to take it from a lower point and really get it up so that she made sure she cleared the net, and so it was just a little bit long. So it just comes down, we talk about the serve and pass game. Orlando's going to want to have, a tough serve, but San Diego's got to stick this pass so that it gives Dai-Young Lee all options available. You've got Ronica and Maya Tabron in the front row with Dai-Young Lee. So this is a very good rotation for Mojo. If it's a good pass, I'd like to see, Ronica run behind Dai-Young Lee. Then you give an option for Maya Tabron in the outside.
And that's a big-time block from the Valkyries. And it's a 2-set-to-none lead as we hit a break. We'll be right back on KUSI and YouTube with Orlando leading 2-0.
The following is rated M for Major League. For too long, lines have been drawn between us and them. But this is our house. In the air, you rival a slam dunk. On the floor, you react fast enough to hit a fastball. Every kill, every save, every ounce of sweat is a declaration saying we don't fit into anyone's box because we're too big for it. Major League Volleyball. Experience it now.
We got it next. It's how you finesse. We come for they next. Beautiful swing. Almost blocked straight down. What a rocket out of the back. Now they calling my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the outside. Yeah, all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back home. What a final rally.
The following is rated M for Major League. For too long, lines have been drawn between us and them. But this is our house. In the air, you rival a slam dunk. On the floor, you react fast enough to hit a fastball. Every kill, every save, every ounce of sweat is a declaration saying we don't fit into anyone's box because we're too big for it. Major League Volleyball. Experience it now.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
Welcome back inside Viejas Arena, where the Orlando Valkyries on the road lead 2-0. Tanner Collins, Lori Thomas. Lori, what has Orlando done so well tonight?
Well, what's interesting is I just looked at a side-by-side statistics from the first 2 sets. You've got Abercrombie hitting a 280. You've got Foster out of the middle hitting a 545. So right there, those are kind of the 2 primary hitters who are just dominating for the Valkyries tonight. Abercrombie has 8 kills, Foster has 7. The downside on Orlando, they have 7 service errors, which I think is very uncommon for them. On Mojo's side, you got Maya Tabrin with 8 kills, hitting a 200. Kendra Dahlke, 7 kills, hitting a 222. So it just shows you how close this match is. So it's 1 dig, it's 1 great set. It's, 1 kill, 1 service ace. It comes down to that with these 2 teams tonight, which, like I said, you've got Orlando at number 2 in the PVF. Mojo second to last. They just beat them in 5. And it was a tough match. So I think Mojo's playing good. I also think Orlando's playing well. So this set obviously is going to make or break it. But I always think these first few points coming out of the locker room, what are they going to do in these first few points? It's going to matter.
Both sets so far won by Orlando and both by the same score, 25-23. A close match throughout the first 2 sets. Tabron ready and set 3 underway. Joust at the net. And it's won by Stone. San Diego scores first in set 3. Mojo still hitting over 300 in the match. Abercrombie rolling it over. Nice save by San Diego. Orlando hitting 276. And there's Natalie Foster in the middle, number tied at 1.
That just shows you another example where Ronica Stone was there, right in front of her, but Foster is able to really just take that arm and swing it down towards the left side, which ricocheted off the block's hands.
Stone on the slide, she gets the touch. Veronica with her 6th kill. Just behind Kendra Dahlke, who has 7. Tabron has led the way offensively with 8. Another quick set for Foster, is hitting 540 in the match, her 9th kill and 14 attacks. And now she will serve, and she is dominant from the service line. Already 2 service aces here tonight. Number 1 in the PVF in aces. That one missing long.
And I would be having a sigh of relief if I was over on Mojo's side, just because that's where she can get you a little bit in trouble if you don't make that pass.
Abercrombie tied at 3. It's Abercrombie and Foster. They've been all over offensively here tonight. Now the lefty Abercrombie will head back to serve.
Well, and Shampoo she's just doing such an incredible job. If you saw in the last few sets, I mean, she's been tight to the net, but she's been able to turn her body and make the side set, back set. She's an incredible setter.
How about that back row attack?
That's the first one we've seen from Vanderweide tonight out of the back row.
Quick set for Page, and we're tied at 4. Five kills for Lauren Page.
Dayang Lee is doing a good job of spreading out the offense. You've got about 5 players who have a handful of kills.
Good hustle by the Valkyries. Free ball for the Mojo. Venegas to the floor.
Oh, what a great rally. Everybody played such great defense. Love to see the smiles on the faces just from having a great rally. Both sides, unbelievable. And it was an overpass kill by Shampoo, 5-7.
She's always there. Abron down the line. She got the touch there off the fingertips of Shampoo. Tied at 5 here in set 3. Abercrombie is blocked. San Diego has been strong up front. That was Lauren Page again. Actually, that was Tabron rather. Continuing to shine here tonight.
Just back and forth, point by point. Shampoo back to serve. It's incredible the amount of experience the Valkyries have.
There's a nice swing by Stone, another slide. Working at a high clip here tonight. Back up 1. Another strong defensive play.
Mojo has an answer for Abercrombie. She's been blocked the last probably 2 out of 4 sets.
Free ball for Orlando. Foster. That time dug out by Page. Back over to Abercrombie, and that's into the net. San Diego back up 2.
You know, we haven't talked a lot about Shara Venegas on San Diego Mojo. She is just an incredible libero, and she is all over the court, has such great energy.
Back to serve for the Valkyries. Lead is Stone, another slide.
Beautiful pass by Lauren Page, which just set Ronica Stone up for perfection as Dayang Lee just set it right to the antenna, and there was a wide gap there.
Quick set for Foster. Having a very efficient night offensively Now 10 kills and 17 attacks, hitting .529 in the match. Reagan Pittman in for San Diego. Schwam to the net, tied at 10 with Foster serving.
Reagan Pittman seeing the match for the first time, a little under the weather the last couple of matches, so hoping she's turned the corner and feeling better.
Back row attack from Tabron, no touch. Valkyries on a 3-0 run and back on top here in set 3. Not curling down, tied at 11. Third service error from Foster here tonight. Take the points when you can get them. And a quick answer. Orlando just so strong in the middle. That time it's Kaz Brown.
Kaz Brown up in the front row again. She moves so quick and has such a high reach.
Abercrombie pushing it over to the Mojo. They'll set up Dalkey. Schwam again. Orlando back up 2. Trying to take back command here in set 3, leading 2-0.
That's 7 kills now for Schwan. Hitting at 250.
Dalkey to the tape. Schwan blocked. That was Pittman and Page. That brings the Mojo back within 1.
Take a look at this block, big block. As you can see, Reagan Pittman right now is just playing that opposite position. She's been playing middle the last few matches she's played, but she is just a big block on that right side.
Anderwida with a nice defensive play. There's Abercrombie. Tabron blocked. And a nice rollover shot from Courtney Schwam. And puts Orlando back up 2.
Courtney Schwan, we said 6'2", 7th year as a pro. She played beach, and so coach says she has such great vision of the court, which you definitely need playing beach, and she just brings that to the floor.
Kaz Brown with the Thunder. And it's the largest lead in set 3.
She just hit a heavy ball. She is so strong.
Cut shot missing. 16-12, a 4-point advantage here in set 3. We'll be right back on KUSI and YouTube. Welcome back here inside Viejas Arena. Thanks for watching for those on KUSI here local, along with YouTube. With Orlando leading by 4, up 2 sets to none. That's a good way to start out of the timeout. Get San Diego back within 3.
What a great swing by Maya Tabron, and she just went over Shampoo. So what a great swing.
As Brown missing that time. 2-0 run out of the timeout. Diving save by Shampoo. Free ball for San Diego. Looking for a 3-0 run out of the timeout. Back row attack from Schwam. It's into the tape. And it will be a 3-0 run out of the timeout.
Looking at just set 3 on the stats. Orlando hitting a 226. Mojo a 154. That's why they had the edge when they came back out. Schwan hitting a 286 in this third set.
Tabron finds the gap, and we're tied at 16.
What a great run by Mojo. Great defense. High quality, just attacking on, blocking on that front line.
Tied at 16. Orlando takes their first timeout.
Mojo found an answer for Abercrombie because she's hitting a negative 222 in this third set. But because they've shut her down, it doesn't mean that they've shut the other ones down. Natalie Foster hitting a 500 in this set. Courtney Schwann's hitting a 100 right now. And Lindsay Vanderweide is hitting 500. So it just shows you the depth of the power, the depth of the hitters. And you don't just have to rely on 1 or 2 people.
Tied at 16, set 3. San Diego trying to extend the match to a 4th set. Schwan blocked. San Diego back on top, 17-16.
Tell you what, Paige Brown having a night. Lauren Page.
Back row attack from Abercrombie. Free ball for the Valkyries. Shampoo. Nice set for Vanderweide. We're tied at 17.
Third set. First and second set by 2. And here we are again, close match.
The first 2 sets were both tied up at 20. There's another kill for Natalie Foster. Orlando back up 1. Tabron to the net, off Abercrombie. We're tied at 18.
Nice work from Foster in the middle. Pulled the middle blocker, gave a little bit more open gap for Vanderweide.
Stone on the slide. That one over to head coach Amy Pauley in a matter of seconds. We're tied at 19.
That was just such a pretty set by Dayoung Lee. It's beautiful height. It's about 4 feet above the net. And Ronica Stone does such a good job of driving up that knee, pulling up that arm.
It's be very interesting if San Diego wins this next point. I mean, that would mean all 3 sets so far we're tied up at 20. Will that tail remain the same, or will Orlando score? They will not for the 3rd consecutive set, tied at 20 apiece. And from this point on, Orlando has taken control. Ronica Stone trying to do otherwise. Nice dig by Tabron. The overpass, though, is set up for Schwamm. And that puts the Valkyries back up 1. Foster back to serve. Pittman on the slide. Fortunate break for the Valkyries. Back over to the Mojo. Pittman again, tied at 21.
Reagan Pittman fired up. She also does a great job on the slide attack.
And a quick answer from Orlando. Now the lefty back to serve. Lita Dahlke. Schwamm blocked. It's Lauren Page again. 22 apiece here in set 3.
That's another example where they did a little switch. Where Pittman blocked on the right side, but now back in the middle.
Back row attack from Abercrombie. Set for Page, a beautiful cut shot. And the Mojo back up 1.
And an assist for Reagan Pittman.
Saved by Venegas. Back over to the Valkyries. Back row attack from Abercrombie. Tabron. Point San Diego. It's set point number 1 for the Mojo.
And a timeout called by Orlando. And we've got a match, a set on our hands. Both teams hitting over a 200. Both teams just playing great defense, taking big swings. It's gone back and forth all night long.
24-22, 2-point lead for San Diego. They'll have set point number 1 coming out of the timeout. Orlando took the first 2 sets by the same score, 25-23. Trying to extend this match to a 4th set. Dayoung Lee's ready. There's Kendra Dahlke. Set point number 1 for San Diego. Mojo will set up the attack. It's to Tabron. Another back row attack from Abercrombie. Just gets it past the defense. And it's set point number 2 for San Diego. Side out away from a 4th set. Swan back to serve. Lee sets Tabron. San Diego takes set 3, 25-23, and lives to see a 4th set. We'll be right back here on KUSI and YouTube.
There's not a man that I fear. There's nobody here that can stop me. Cause I'm in a league of my own, kid. Y'all can just sit back and watch. You cannot handle this. I don't think you can pay for the damages. I know when it's gonna be the first place. You gon' need first aid. Think you need bandages. I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We cover their necks. Beautiful sweat. Pose, block, straight down. What a rocket out of the back. Now they calling my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the outside. Did it all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back home. What a final rally.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
Back here inside Viejas Arena, Tanner Collins alongside Lori Thomas. The same final score in set 3, but the opposite team takes it. San Diego 25-23. Extends the match to a 4th set. Service error gets set 4 underway. They're going to replay it because the DJ did not pause the music in time. They call this a mulligan in the game of golf. Abercrombie opens the scoring in set 4. Called her name a couple times here tonight. Her 11th kill, 7 digs, 1 block, 1 assist.
Yeah, and both teams have 4 players with over 7 kills. So it just shows you yet again the depth of the hitters. And a nice changeup by Ronica Stone.
Schwalm again on the outside. Puts Orlando back in front to open up set 4. And for Schwalm, her 10th kill, 10 digs, a double-double. Abercrombie just lofting it over the tape. You got Foster serving. It's when you want to score. If you're the Valkyries, off to a 3-1 start. That one is handled by Dalkey. And a quick block by Kaz Brown.
Quick start for Orlando.
Deep serve. That one's sailing long. Dayong Lee back to serve for San Diego.
Two great saves by Shampoo. She's incredible.
Nice dig by Dayong Lee. Long rally. Schwalm with the rollover changeup, we'll call it.
Yeah, that was an once again, she's such a hard hitter, but we keep saying she is so smart, so crafty. She knows how to lay out just different tools and tactics to really keep you on your toes.
Valkyries off to a 6-2 start here in the 4th set. Pittman on the slide, blocked. This time to go the other way.
Great pickup by
Schwalm drops another one in for Orlando, and that's going to force an early timeout from the Mojo. A 7-2 start.
Just as you said, a great jump start for Orlando Valkyries. San Diego's gonna have to come out from the timeout and do the first. We talk about the pass. They got to have a good pass. We saw what the damage Mojo can do with a good pass, where it gives Dayong Lee different options, which makes it more difficult for the block, the defense.
There's a time for a comeback. It's in March, right? March Madness.
That's right.
San Diego taking their first timeout here in the 4th set. For those just joining on KUSI and YouTube, Orlando took the opening 2 sets 25-23. San Diego took set 3 by the same score. They now trail 7-2 to start here in set 4. Done a nice job across the board. They've been led by Abercrombie, Kaz Brown, and Natalie Foster. There's another block. Kaz Brown again.
Kaz Brown on fire.
Abercrombie from the back row. It's all Orlando in set 4.
Orlando owns the first place in 3 statistics in the league: kills per set, efficiency, and aces per set. Mojo is first place in digs per set with 17.35 per set.
How about that set and kill for Lauren Page.
Lauren Page having a night. She's in her 6th season as a pro. Played at Oregon.
How hard is it, Lori, defensively when you got middle blockers and Kaz Brown and Allie Foster, and then you got outside hitters with Abercrombie and Schwam? I mean, any way you go, it's hard to defend.
Well, and I think when you and I were talking to Coach Hanif Park, she goes, Orlando Valkyries have a lot of experience across the board, and having that playing experience makes a huge difference. Then you add power, and being smart makes a huge difference. And there we saw Reagan Pittman come through. Quick tempo kill.
Abercrombie blocks. And that sets up the kill for Kaz Brown. Talked about the middle blockers all night. There's one of them, Kaz Brown.
She was middle blocker of the year last year. And you can see why, and she might be headed that direction again.
And another block. That time it's number 13, Natalie Foster. A 12-5, 7-point advantage for the Valkyries. And now a free ball for Orlando. Chance to extend the lead to 8. Foster again. No answer from San Diego.
Yeah, and you can see Mojo right now just not passing as well as they did in the first 3 sets. Big difference in this one. Just shows you the strength of Orlando serving.
That one drops in front of Foster. What's the biggest adjustment, Lori, San Diego has to make? They got to do it soon.
Yeah, it's just that I think it's the transition of what Coach Taiba talked about, but I think the other thing is a little bit of that grit that they had in those first 2 sets. You saw just grit and scrappy, and you're just kind of seeing a little bit of that fall apart. Defense has gone down a little bit in this 4th set also. It's that back row play so that you can execute and do what you need to do on the front row.
Deep serve played by Venegas. Up the floor to Tabron. Off the block and down. It's Natalie Foster again alongside Abercrombie. And it's a 9-point advantage.
You can see there's just misconnections, little miscommunication on a few of those plays. And then ultimately defense right now.
16-6, 10-point lead for Orlando. We'll be right back on KUSI and YouTube. That's Shampoo back to serve for Orlando. Leading by 10, 16-6 here in set 4. Tanner Collins, Lori Thomas.
One huge difference in this set is Orlando is hitting a 524 right now. And that's going to be added to that. While Mojo's hitting a 0. That is the big difference right now, which goes back to what I was talking about, that passing game, the defense game, to be able to just transition and execute. So it looks like actually that was just a substitution. I thought that was going to be a challenge. But
Janasia Moore. A little cleaning there beneath the net. That's where most of the points have come from for Orlando. Joust at the net. It's won by the Valkyries.
Yeah, they're just struggling right now in the back row to make that pass. That was another example of just put Dayoung Lee in a difficult position, couldn't really run the offense.
Free ball for the Mojo. Veronica Stone on the slide. That's wide, and nothing going in San Diego's favor in set 4.
Now you're seeing substitution. Elise McGee coming in. Haven't seen her.
Laura, you've played a lot of volleyball. You've coached volleyball. You've played volleyball. When you're down 20-6, I mean.
Well, you're seeing what Coach Taiba's doing. She's made 2 substitutions. Sarah Sponsel. So you're trying to make a little bit of that change, a little bit of a different look, trying to get that outside hitter, the setter. Just to have a moment of an uplift. If you can put in 2 new players and they bring you a spark, or they bring you once again a different look, you got to keep playing. You got to keep playing. As a coach, you're never out of it.
Maya Tabron back to serve. Mojo needing a scoring run in a hurry. Here's Janasia Moore checking in for the Mojo. And that one over Venegas. Vander Whitey. Whitey, rather. Quick set for Foster.
Mojo just not able to find an answer. And now we've got another timeout from Mojo. Trying just to get another lift to try to fight back.
22-7 is the lead for the Valkyries here in set 4. It's been the only set that's been a landslide. After this, San Diego will head to Atlanta. They'll head on a 2-game road trip, Atlanta and then Vegas.
Orlando's just dominating in the hitting category. They've got 4 players hitting a 500 in this set, and Courtney Schwann 750. That's a tough thing to overcome if they're going to have 5 hitters hitting over 500.
Orlando leading 22-7, trying to close this one out. Abercrombie, no touch. Point San Diego. And Reagan Pittman back in for Venegas.
And I would say you're going to see a challenge here.
Block touch challenge from Orlando. Veronica Stone not too happy about the challenge, it appeared, but take another look at that previous point.
I thought that I saw, kind of the ball shift, but
no block.
And no block touch. Now we know Veronica was saying, I didn't touch that ball. I'm ready to go back to serve.
That one drops in for the Valkyries. Here's a look at bolt 6.
22 HD cameras bringing you the line shots.
Foster with another powerful serve. Back row attack from Tabron. Elise McGee picks up a kill, her first in the match. Checking in off the bench here tonight. Now will serve. Quick play at the net by Sarah Sponsel.
And the dump kill for Sarah.
The left hand.
So smart. No block was even prepared.
And another block. Pittman with the finger in the air. Her specialty. That'll force Orlando into a timeout.
Yes, and this is an example. You asked earlier, what do? You keep fighting. You keep fighting. They just gained 5 points. Never give up. That's kind of the best thing, that in any situation, you never let down. Just a little bit about Sarah Spotzel, who came in, just had that recent kill. She played at UCLA. She played on the AVP FIVB Beach. She was crowned the AVP Defensive Player of the Year in 2022. And what's so interesting, she actually was a defensive player, libero, and then became a setter. So athletic and just incredible to kind of make that jump. Great rally here late in the set.
And it's ended by Kaz Brown in a hurry, and it's match point. It's been the middle blocking show tonight for Orlando. Match point number 1 for the Valkyries. Looking for win number 12 on the season. Pittman in the middle. Match point number 2 for the Valkyries. Trying to end the 2-game losing skid. Schwam blocks. Kaz Brown in the middle.
Oh, are they gonna?
That one's out. And that
nice hustle.
will do it here tonight. Orlando takes set 4, 25-12 in dominant fashion. Valkyries move to 12-6 on the season. San Diego falls to 6-12. Both teams, well, San Diego will hit the road, and Orlando will finish off their 2-game road trip with Atlanta. But tonight, it's all Orlando, 3-1, and they were led by Brittany Abercrombie, but 5 in double figures in the kill category here tonight for Orlando. For Lori Thomas, I'm Tanner Collins. Say so long from San Diego here inside Viejas Arena. We'll see you next time. But for tonight, Orlando takes it 3-1.